Welcome back to AI Verdict, where we do the heavy lifting and the research so you don't have to. Now, if you're trying to choose between GPT 5.4 and Grok 4.20, and you're comparing them like they're just two different flavors of the same chatbot, I've got some really important news for you.
You are making a massive mistake. Seriously, I've been running both of these models since they launched, and I can tell you right now, they are not even playing the same game. Heck, they're not even playing the same sport. These are fundamentally different tools built for fundamentally different jobs.
And look, choosing the wrong one isn't just about wasting a subscription fee. It could literally cost you your entire workflow. So right now, we're going to do the complete breakdown, GPT 5.4 versus Grok 4.20. We'll trace everything from their core architecture to the benchmarks that actually matter and their real-world powers, so you know exactly which one is right for you.
Okay, so let's get right into it. The first thing you have to understand is that these models are running on two completely different playbooks. The absolute core of this whole debate is how they think. It all comes down to their fundamental architecture.
The best way to picture it is like this. GPT 5.4 is the master planner. It's one single brilliant brain. Grok 4.2, on the other hand, that's a coordinated team, a swarm of specialists. And trust me, these two approaches lead to wildly different results.
So here's how GPT 5.4 operates. OpenAI built it around something they call upfront planning. Before it even writes a single word for you, it maps out a logical, step-by-step path to the solution. But here's the real game changer. You can interrupt it mid-thought. Let's say you're migrating a code base. You're on step 4, and you realize an AWS requirement has changed. You can tell it, and it will adjust its plan in real time without having to scrap everything and start over. It's like having a senior developer who actually listens to you.
Now, Grok is a completely different beast. It's not one mind. It's a team of 4 specialized agents all running at the same time. You've got the captain, who coordinates the whole mission. Then there's Harper, the scout, who is constantly monitoring the X platform for real-time intel and breaking news. Benjamin is the genius number cruncher, handling all the rigorous logic, math, and code. And finally, you have Lucas, the communicator, who makes sure the final output is formatted perfectly and easy to read.
But here's the crucial part, the secret sauce. These agents don't just work together in a straight line. They actively argue and peer review each other's work. So if Benjamin's cold, hard math contradicts what Harper is seeing in a live public sentiment, the captain steps in and forces them to figure it out. This internal debate is basically a built-in fact-checking system designed to kill hallucinations before our response ever gets to you.
So, how does this massive difference in architecture actually translate into performance? Let's talk numbers. But a huge warning here. Just looking at some random leaderboard is totally useless. What really, truly matters is matching the right benchmark to your specific job.
So if your world revolves around structured knowledge, we're talking legal analysis, financial modeling, deep dives into complex spreadsheets, then GPT 5.4 is the undisputed king. Full stop. It's at the top of the Artificial Analysis Intelligence Index. It absolutely dominates the GDP-Val benchmark across 44 different professional jobs, and it nailed a 91% accuracy on internal modeling tests.
But if you flip the script over to hard math and bleeding-edge science, the picture changes completely. Grok 4.20 Heavy, with its logic specialist Benjamin, scored a perfect 100 on the AM 2025 mathematics benchmark. It also leads the pack on the GPQA Diamond test, which is for expert-level graduate science questions. So for those really frontier problems, Grok is in a league of its own.
Okay, now this is the result that just stopped me in my tracks. In a test called the Alpha Arena, different AIs were given real money to trade in live markets. And Grok 4.20 was the only model that didn't lose money. In fact, it actually delivered a positive average return. GPT 5.4 and Gemini both went into the red. So the big question is, how is that possible?
And the answer is right here. It's incredibly simple. Grok is plugged directly into the live real-time data fire hose of X. Its agent, Harper, knows about a market-moving event the second it happens. GPT 5.4, for all its incredible planning ability, is flying completely blind. It has a knowledge cutoff of August 2025. When it comes to anything happening right now, it basically has no idea.
So let's bring this out of the abstract and into the real world. Forget the benchmarks for a second. What do these differences mean for you day to day? What are these models' actual superpowers?
GPT 5.4's superpower is something called native computer use, and it is a total game changer. It does not need an API. It can operate your computer just like a human does, by seeing what's on the screen, moving the mouse, and typing on the keyboard. This means it can work with ancient Excel files, Figma projects, or your company's proprietary internal tools. It even has this insane build, run, verify, fix loop where it will write code, check for errors in your IDE, find them, and then patch them itself, all without you lifting a finger.
Grok's superpower, on the other hand, is its real-time swarm intelligence, which is something GPT 5.4 literally cannot even attempt. So picture this. A regulatory leak hit some tiny niche forum just 10 minutes ago. Grok's swarm instantly kicks into gear. Harper starts pulling live sentiment from thousands of X posts. Benjamin calculates the financial risk with mathematical precision. The captain coordinates the whole thing, and Lucas formats a clean summary for the board of directors. You get a full analysis of an event that just happened, a complete and total blind spot for GPT 5.4.
All right, so we have two incredibly powerful but very, very different AIs. This brings us down to the final practical question: which one should you actually pay for?
Let's talk pricing. With GPT 5.4, you have to watch out for the context tax. Your API costs literally double once you cross 272,000 tokens in a single session, which is easier to do than you think if you're auditing a large codebase. Grok, on the other hand, is all about accessibility. Its fast model is way cheaper. The enterprise-grade Super Grok Heavy is the state-of-the-art for hard science and costs around $300 a month. And XAI is giving new developers up to $150 a month in free API credits to get started.
So, here it is, the bottom line. Choose GPT 5.4 if your work demands deep structural planning, rock-solid reliability, and seamless integration with all your existing software. It is an absolute productivity powerhouse for complex technical work. But you should choose Grok 4.20 if your workflow depends on real-time awareness, live intelligence, raw speed, or if you need help with that frontier-level math and science.
But honestly, if you want to know the smartest play in 2026, it's not about choosing one over the other. The ultimate solution is a hybrid approach. You use GPT 5.4 for its incredible depth and precision, and you use Grok for its live, up-to-the-second intelligence. That's how you truly get the best of both worlds.
If you found this breakdown from AI Verdict useful, do me a favor and subscribe, and then drop a comment below. I read every single one, and I really want to know, which model are you running with, and why is it the perfect fit for your workflow? Thanks for watching.